Today's lesson is adding suffixes to vowel-consonant-e words. Vowel-consonant-e words are just sometimes called magic E or silent E, sneaky E at the end. When we add a vowel suffix to a vowel-consonant-e word, we have to drop the silent E at the end of the word before adding our suffix. I want to remind you that there are two kinds of suffixes. There are vowel suffixes. ed, ing, es are all vowel suffixes because the suffix itself begins with a vowel. There are consonant suffixes. S, ful, less, those are all consonant suffixes because the suffix begins with a consonant letter. This is important to know because the vowel suffixes are the ones we need to worry about spelling with. When we add vowel suffixes to a base word, sometimes we have to change the spelling of that base word. So, if we're talking about VCE, vowel consonant E words, we have to drop the final E when we're adding a vowel suffix. I want you to remember that. We're dropping the final E. We aren't just adding a D on suffixes that we're adding ED to make it past tense. We're dropping the final E of our base word. So, how would we add ED to this word, dare? We're going to drop the E and then add RED. Drop the final E and then add the suffix. So, we do this because I want you to look up here. On this word race, I didn't drop my E, I just added an ED. But here you can see the way we are actually supposed to do this. We need to do it this way because otherwise we would have two E's in a row. And we know in English when we see two E's in a row, it's going to make the sound E. It's going to be a long sound. So if we don't drop that final E, when we're adding our suffix, we're turning that final E into a long sound and we would have raced instead of raced. All right. I just did an example with ED, but the same thing happens if we're adding our suffix ing, which is a vowel suffix. We're once again going to drop the E before we add our suffix. So now I have rising. The I in rising is acting just like the E in ED or the silent E at the end. This vowel is close enough that it's going to make this vowel a long sound. Rising. So remember your rule when you're adding ED or ing to a base word. Drop the final E and then add your suffix.